in a world where listeria is winning, this is the vent. I'm one of your hosts, Down the Jiro.
And the Nersy.
And we're just going to get right into it. There's just a interesting Sunday, so I'm just going to blend this in. If you continue to hear my voice, don't panic. We're just going to just blend this in. We were in the middle of a discussion, actually, and I think you guys will enjoy it. Check it out. See, the choice of words is interesting.
The thing is, if Kamala goes into the presidency, she don't understand how her ass is going to be held to a freaking stand.
I mean,
we will not sit here and let the bullshit fly.
Wow.
Woo, as a black woman, we are not letting no bullshit fly.
Right. I mean,
and we will know. We will know. And all the black women will say out loud to her face.
Out loud.
To her face.
Wow.
Stop with the bullshit.
Hey, yo, whoa.
This is one thing a lot of people don't know. Black women are very critical of each other. Very.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
You can slide into that too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Hold your thoughts.
Black women are very
This
critical
might
of each
turn
other.
left, right, but
Mm-hmm.
it's gonna go. This is gonna go somewhere.
Mm-hmm. You think black men are critical of black women? Oh no. Oh no. We love you, sis. But best believe we will not stand bullshit.
Wow. I mean,
And she's in prison.
and a whole president, yeah.
Because remember, Michelle Obama, everyone was like, oh, Michelle, she could. Let Michelle go. Mm-hmm. Look.
Right.
Kamala and her bullshit. Watch it. All the black women are just like, get her off stage.
That's right. Oh, you think it's gonna flip?
Oh!
She wins.
If she wins, everyone's going to be like, get her off the mother effing stage.
Wow.
And black women will be in the front of the line saying it.
Okay.
Get her
We're
off.
gonna. Oh shoot.
There's a level. There is
Yeah.
a level of, as the people say it, demure that is expected of black women.
Yo, that.
Even though a lot of people
What does that word even mean?
think that black women are ratchet,
Okay.
okay, and society likes to perpetuate, and Western society specifically, likes to perpetuate that black women are ratchet. Listen, I'm not saying that the ratchet tree does not exist.
The ratchet tree.
I'm not saying that it doesn't exist.
The ratchet tree.
However,
Okay.
as a profile, as a overall, like, archetype, especially for presidency,
Okay.
we will not accept ratchetry. And we will also not accept bullshit.
Wow. Okay.
So, I don't care what kind of puppet you are for whoever. One thing you need to get right, especially on a marketing level, especially if you want to bamboozle people. This is the part for me.
If you want to
Especially
bamboozle.
if you want to bamboozle people.
Okay.
Then she needs to act right.
She's yo. Okay. All right.
Mm-hmm. That's just my thoughts. Those are my opinions.
She needs to act right.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Because we will not accept.
Now hold up. It's interesting you said specifically her though.
Mm-hmm.
I think Michelle. I don't think Michelle would have got the same.
No, Michelle would not get Michelle wouldn't get slight. She wouldn't get slight, and the reason being is because of what she actually did. Like, Michelle was out here gardening. Michelle was out here, like, in the schools, showing the kids how to garden, talking to them, doing books, reading books for them.
For those that I remember,
like, and to this day, even outside of outside of being the wife of the president,
right?
She still continues to do these things. So the fact that she continues to do these things then says to me as a viewer that this is genuinely something that she actually just does. Like, these are her interests that she was putting. She's actually feeding into building and nourishing young black minds, just nourishing young black people. And of course, you want someone who is a role model in that capacity, who's able to sit there and say, okay, these are the decisions that I'm making, but here I am supporting my partner. And in supporting my partner, these are the things that I am also creating as an environment for everyone to be in.
Okay, yeah, I can see it like that.
Right? But Kamala is giving me party girl.
Party girl.
Kamala is giving me, she came off the streets and they just put her in a business suit.
Just put her in a business suit.
Kamala is giving giggle every single time. Are you drunk? Are you okay? Are you sober?
You know what's crazy about what you just said? There's a comedian, what's her name? Shoot, she's from Philly. Not Philly, she's from Pittsburgh. Von DeCarlo. She does skits where she mimics Kamala being drunk. It's just funny how you just said that.
Because everything seems to be funny for Kamala. Everything. And there's there's probably no clip where you can find where Kamala is not laughing. That's one thing.
Not laugh. Oh, maybe the debates.
She's laughing. She's laughing. And then there was an interview that I saw, and I feel like I have to go back and actually watch this interview because as a clickbait, it did a very good job. Right? I have to recognize real when it's real for clickbaiting. But when I see the full piece and see where this excerpt and the context is from, then it's going to make more sense. But based on the clip, they asked her what's her favorite swear word. I'm sorry. This is someone who's running for presidency, and the first thing you're going to ask them, or the question that you're going to ask them, is what is their favorite swear word?
That's, And
then she actually paused. She was going to answer it, and she paused. She's like, I can't say it.
That's, wow.
And it was like, and then the thing is, it was the side clip that they said. She's like, it starts with an N and ends with an A. I didn't know that word was a cuss word, first off.
That's not really,
But second off, that right there, for the viewers, for the people when did that become a cuss word?
And it just never have been. It's just like, it's like a slur turn.
It's a slur.
But the A part is like more of like, it's like saying the extreme way of calling someone brother. It's an extreme way of saying it, but it's the birth of it's from like
but she
a slur, yeah.
Umbrellaed it as a curse word. That means a word to definitely bleep out. So let's recognize that first.
And sometimes they don't bleep. You know what's interesting about Boondocks? Like they never bleep that out,
exactly.
But everything else got bleeped out.
So keep that in mind.
Okay.
And then second, they actually have a clip where she is saying this in the debate. And she's like, our former president, this. And she holds her tongue. And continues the sentence. So when you start seeing what she just said and considers a swear word.
Right.
And then you see that clip. Why are you swearing at the former president?
Which is, right.
Especially at a debate.
Wow.
That shows a lack of professionalism.
Hey,
bullshit.
I mean, that's...
Cut the bullshit out. Please, take it out. We don't need it. So this is where, as a representative who is going to be covering and managing the whole country, what we do not need is debauchery and ratchetry in the state, and especially in the form of a black woman. Sorry, I'm so sorry. I do not want it.
I mean...
Throw it out. Get it out of here. I don't care for that representation.
In the state of black women, okay. Because I was going to say, like, debauchery happens regardless. Like, Trump had the whole...
Yeah.
The Peace Star thing.
Yeah.
But
not in the form of a black woman, please and thank you.
You don't want that image like, broadcast.
Because it's already there. It's already popularized to say and like promote the idea that most black women are ratchet. And it's not. And the joke is, a lot of the women who are ratchet, it is due to environmental issues that were perpetuated due to colonialism and social engineering. So, the ratchetry only came because it is a response from these things. And then we're going to go and have somebody who is the embodiment of it.
See, yeah.
Like,
but it's funny how you just said that, like, the drunk thing. I was just like, wait, there's like...
She giggles way too much. And nothing's wrong with giggling. It could be a nervous laugh. A lot of people do have a nervous laugh, don't get me wrong.
Anxiety?
However, on a professional level, it really goes back to that. Just the professionalism.
It's you're saying he needs more of it.
Like, why couldn't we have Hilary back?
No. Nah, man.
I would prefer Hilary right now.
Nah.
As a woman?
Nah.
I would prefer it.
No. You know the secret about that is? I don't know if I should reveal it, but I'm gonna reveal it. One of the
I mean, isn't she still married to Bill?
I mean, there's that part, but it's not even that. It's like, for some reason, like, the secret is, her look reminds her, it reminds some people of, like, their ex-wife or something.
I don't care.
No, but that kind of, like, they look at her like, oh, this is the woman that, like, called the police on me. This is the woman that, like, divorced me and took half of my stuff. This is the woman that, like, they
see, now, this
it's dumb to project like that, but that was, like, that was a
but,
secret reason why.
This is the joke, though. There is a joke. For the same,
it's why a black woman's before the white.
No shade,
I mean,
no shade.
You know.
But then, okay, so there's no really good way to say what I'm gonna say.
Oh.
However.
Okay.
Just get the message. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, wow. Okay.
For the people who are hearing it, they're probably... For those who it applies to, who you're saying, the demographic who Hilary reminds them, and they're like, just angry. Okay, yeah, you can't project your trauma onto other people, first off. We don't know if Hilary's going to be like your ex-wife. Okay, that's one.
Right. Okay.
We don't know that. Whether it's the haircut, whether it's just the fact that she's a white woman in power, I don't know what it is. But whatever the triggering issue is, just let's exit that part, okay?
Because that, like, the whole, like, in power thing, like...
Yeah, that's the part.
Some see a white woman in power and they're just like, ugh,
right?
Nah.
Right.
Nah.
Right?
They're like...
But the thing is...
It's messed up, but people are like, nah.
Right, that's their trauma, right? That's their trigger. That's their moment issues. But it's the fact that... And this is the thing where it goes back to, like, a lot of the percentages of divorce and marriages, is the fact that...
In the drain.
The reason being is because men stop showing up once they get married.
Ooh.
So,
okay.
If the higher percentage of those marriages, and right, they said women file for divorce.
Like 70% of the book.
Right. 70% of them are women. And because they file for divorce, most of the times, if they are not a gold digger or money hungry, oftentimes the reason being is because they said their man is no longer showing up like they did before marriage. So,
can this be vice versa for men too?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
So it's like, if the 70% of the 70%, if only 10% of the 70, I think it was really 20% of the 70, so that's 50% of women.
Right.
Who are divorcing on the stance that their husbands are no longer fulfilling what they used to be fulfilling.
Like, the duties are done. That's it.
Duties stop. Everything stop. Social stop. They stop dating them. They stop flirting with them. They stop doing all this stuff. They just
Take
stop.
that slower a second. Repeat what you just said, because this is actually important.
Yeah. You're still supposed to date your partner.
That's one.
Right? You're not showing up financially how you were showing up prior to the relationship.
I mean, usually, no, they say finance.
Right?
Lack
Is part
of intimacy.
Of it.
Sex.
Exactly. And then the other part, too, is that if people are only marrying because they are fulfilling just the duties, because a lot of people do have arranged marriages, and a lot of people don't even realize in a lot of white relationships, they are still technically arranged. People don't realize that. They're not arranged like how in a lot of Eastern parts of, like, the hemisphere practice it.
Like, if we're parents, it's like, okay, no.
Oh, I see this person. Yeah.
Like, we know this family, you're going to go with this. Because it's really like a business thing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, and the same happens here in Western society too. There are arranged marriages, and a lot of white people actually are in arranged marriages. People's parents, and they say, hey, oh, my daughter is whatever the case is. We are planning on giving her whatever. Their parents talk to each other, and they have their kids sit with each other, and that's the reason why they always are doing group stuff together. Always. You ever notice? If you ever notice, just take some time to pay attention to that.
Those are watching. Have you ever noticed?
Like...
Have you ever noticed?
You know, they stay in the same
like...
parks. They go to the same country clubs. They do all the stuff together. Those are arranged.
Yeah, so some of them do not. Not, of course, not all. Like, it's not generalization, but like, yeah, I can see some of them. Yeah.
Yeah. So imagine all of this stuff, all that pursuing, all that courting happening prior to, and then they get married. It stops. So then the filing of the divorce usually happens within the first year of marriage, and because these people stop doing what they're doing, that's the reason.
Right.
First 2 years, within first 2 years, most times people file for divorce because they're not doing or showing up the way that they were showing up prior to.
Now, pause this topic now. Now let's dial it back to...
So, Hilary.
I think Hilary, yeah.
Mm-hmm. So, this is what I'm saying. Between Hilary and Kamala, right?
I'll say Michelle for me.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Michelle, even though she's not running, I would say Michelle would be a better representation because she did a lot outside of the job itself and the description of like what she was doing.
Right.
Yes, a lot of people don't recognize, or I guess a lot of people in politics altogether, or just outside of politics, don't recognize that politics is about policies. That's
right.
one. And two, it's about putting those policies into action and using the funding and your taxes and applying it to what needs to be considered priority.
Right. Even though some people don't do that.
Some of them don't, right? Some of them do pocket it. Don't get me wrong. You would think that they would manage their own affairs. But
they don't.
That's besides my But it's just the fact that, like, prime example, if you have an aging population, for example, a lot of people are going to start, you have a big, like, boomers. Boomers were a big, dense population of within a certain time. In our time, they are living our time as well.
Right.
Our population is still smaller in comparison to our grandparents. Right?
Yes, yeah.
So, because grandparents had their babies, whatever, that generation, the boomers, did not have or produce as many children. And then that set of children did not produce as much children as well.
So that set meaning... So it's like the grandparents are the silent generation, they call it.
Mm-hmm.
Then boomers, then tail end of the boomers.
Right. So the silent generation had a lot of kids.
Yeah, fine, Joan.
Right? Then the boomers existed.
Yeah.
And the boomers had the Generation
X.
Right.
Came after, yeah.
And then Generation X had Y. But it got smaller and smaller.
Yeah, we're Y.
Right? So each litter got smaller.
Even though there's still 8 billion people.
Right.
I mean, that population number is going up, but
it's still smaller on our side. But the thing is, so because now we have an aging population, first off, some people may look at it and be like, oh, these people are dying anyways. Who cares? Kill them off.
Wow.
Right? I'm just saying.
I know, but it's
from a humanities standpoint, that's right? But then some people would be like, and the reason being is like, why would we fund more money when they're going to die anyways? Right. That's the reason why they're going to think that way. They're going to be a short term of whatever. You know, when it comes to housing, who's really going to care for them? Who's going to take care of them? Da-da-da. But then that also affects the economy. Because now, economically, when you're funding your money, being that you're dealing with a smaller population as your working class or your working population, and then you have this huge group of seniors, right? Who's tending to these people? So then this is when you start putting more money maybe into medical practices healthcare and like all these things when it comes to changing your actual like.
But for here, that's not really happening like that, which is
we're losing our doctors. Listen,
that's gonna be a major problem. It's a major problem now, but it'll be times 10.
Our problem is density, is actual population density and infrastructure. Literally, like they did not think that enough people were gonna start migrating north and living here.
Okay, it's that, but also like.
And then they're doing too much with like populating the city. Spread it out. Spread it out.
We've been saying this on this pod for like 3 years now.
Spread it out.
Like 5 years. Like we've been saying that for like.
I made a joke on my Instagram. Okay.
Okay.
Let me tell you my joke. My joke on Instagram was that I was driving on Countryside.
Right.
In Brampton.
Countryside in Brampton.
Yes.
Okay.
And mind you, this is probably 15 minutes away from northern part of... It is still northern part of Brampton.
Okay.
But it's like 15 minutes away from where I could say... If anything, it's probably like 25 minutes from downtown. Brampton.
Okay.
25 minutes north from downtown Brampton. Only 25 minutes.
Right.
No highways. Main streets. Country road. 2 lanes. Bare grass. Undeveloped land.
Right.
And we're talking about we have a shortage in housing.
I know, but like...
Where are the contractors? Where are the developers? There's land.
No. But
build a condo there if you want to build a condo.
This is funny.
Like...
No, but like... because like what I do, like the word out now is like builders don't get that much anymore. The margin just got thinner since last year actually.
But why is that?
Like there's a lot of imposing taxes. So like let's say okay, we'll take North Brampton for example. I have a project I'm gonna do about like 4 condo units, right? Big units, like talking like what's these stories, I guess, right? So let's say it's like 20 stories a piece, right? All right, this is the price, and then you get to the material and they're like, yeah, just to frame it alone, the wood part, the woods are gonna be an extra this. So then you lean back, you scratch your chin, you're just like, I mean, before 2 years ago, I was getting like 300% profit, but now I'm getting like 60%. 60 ain't really enough. And, I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait. I don't know if I'm gonna wait for like the interest to drop again from the Bank of Canada. I don't know if I'm gonna wait till the materials drop, but that's not happening.
Yeah.
And it's just like, well.
Yeah. And the joke is like
people look around, like look around the GTA, like. There's a lot of half-finished...
Yeah, spaces.
Just hanging out.
Yeah, chilling. Abandoned.
Like, it's just like, what's
happening?
What's happening? Like,
yeah. And it's
not?
So true.
The material's, like, extremely...
But the joke is, and the thing what makes it...
That's one of the many reasons.
Hilarious is more like, we live in Canada, where primarily our industry is agriculture and lumber. How? How? If it's because there's not enough lumbermen, then say that. Say that you're scarce for people to chop down some woods, okay? Like,
wow, chop down, but
like, pay the people them. Like, what is the problem? Wow. I don't understand.
Someone has to confirm this if you're watching this. There's a rumor that, because the Eglinton LRT, whatever happening with that project, I don't know what's going on. The Finch one can be finished, but because the Eglinton one's not finished, they don't want to open the Finch one yet.
That's wild.
The logic of that just made me scratch my head. But I'm like, they're not connected though. Finch is his own, like, if they have an LRT, it's their own thing. So you're gonna wait for the Eglinton one to complete, which there's no set date. At this point. Yo, that area's been under construction since 2008. No, 2008. Jamie, shout out to James. He's not, co-host is not here now. But James, like our age group, like, you're younger than us, but we started college then, and that's when they started like breaking down the parking lot. Right, there used to be a parking lot where the Cedarville station part is. They knocked that down. They're like, okay, we're building LRT. Okay, they start digging into the ground about 4 years later. You're in 2024 and just like, is it finished? Like, what's going on?
And that's another thing. I'm actually kind of shocked.
They're saying they had to fly people from England.
Yeah.
To like reassess the whole thing. Reassess. This is what I'm hearing in the Toronto streets.
Like, why?
Because they miscalculated which ones, again, if you get a good engineer, you wouldn't have these problems, but they miscalculated how soft the soil is. So you don't want to be riding in that thing, and all of a sudden
it just
you get pulled into hell, and you know, because remember, everything, it's built under like old riverways. Because it's interesting, the earth like expands. Right? So wherever they dug, like there's old like wet spots and stuff like that. So I'm just like, what the fuck? I don't know, man. It's this is a mess. This is a mess. Like I don't know.
Yeah, and I just feel like part of me kind of feels like whoever. This is where I kind of like understand why there's a need for conservative.
Ooh, okay.
Because there's a level of like they're very much like, I am only here to get this done. I don't care about your feelings. You know, that's the liberalism that comes in. Where it's like, your feelings, you're not feeling whatever. Oh, take some time. oh, whatever. No, because when you're concerned, it's very much like, I'm not here for your feelings. I'm here for the things to get done. Right. If you're not able to get it done, I will find somebody else to get it done.
And yeah.
Right? And it is very cutthroat, don't get me wrong.
Very draconian.
Right?
Yeah.
But, like, at least you'll have things for tomorrow. And you'll be done. Like, because then now you could actually afford to have your feelings mentioned. Like, what?
That's the thing. Like, I don't know, man.
If you're going to be sitting on the street now because someone did not take authority to make sure it was done, you're going to be having to deal with the bus shed for the rest of your life, maybe. So.
Wow. That's, wow. A little dark, I think. This one like a little dark here.
I'm just saying. Like.
That's, I don't know what to say on that.
And on top of it, you have to think, like, there's a lot of things that when certain people were in positions, certain stuff did exist. You know, like, healthcare-wise. Who was in positions where, you know, your healthcare was in jeopardy?
Okay.
Right? Who in that political power, political arena was responsible for some of these things, you know?
Right.
Even when it comes to, like, social services.
Right.
Who was in power when certain things were available? When the taxes were high versus low.
Right.
When the housing markets and the banks had to roll out higher interests or not. You know, like, when were loans just acceptable and everyone got one? Who was in power then? You know, you have to take those things into consideration.
Yeah.
Because those people were still probably looking and saying, hey, we have metrics that we have to fulfill, and we need to get it done. I understand you're burnt out. I understand you're tired. I understand you're this, that, and the third. However, just, you know, subdue your immediate feelings for the long-term advantages that you're going to get. Somebody has to sacrifice something.
So, I mean, some people don't see it that way, though.
Yeah, some people don't. But, like, now, the people who are like, I'm not sacrificing right now for tomorrow. And then look at the shit we're in. We are in this bubble because of it.
I mean, yo, it's messed up here. But just to conclude the Kamala thing, you're saying her in particular is just like, you're kind of just like,
I just don't I just don't like the kind of, and no shade, like, and I know some people will agree and some people will disagree, and then this is just my opinion, right? Like, I just don't think that the representation of blackness that she stands for is one that I would want to see as a president. And some people will probably sit here and be like, well, aren't all black people the same? Listen, the same way that some people have different cultures have different archetypes, we too have archetypes.
Right.
You know, we are not one-dimensional. There are degrees of us. And the different influences apply. So, right. Like I said, the fact that she lacks professionalism. There is a level of professionalism that everybody knows and is aware of. You know, and she lacks it. And you can see that she lacks it. And, just the way that she conducts herself. Yeah, she may know some big words. Yeah, she may know how to gesture a little bit.
May know some big words.
You know,
that's
like,
oh, what?
You know?
But
what if I had to sit across from her and interview her, by all means, like, I will do it because that would be my job to do it.
Right.
However, if you ask me my opinion, she seems like a great person. You know, I love the fact that she can cook. I love the fact that she has, like, personal skills. She's very self-sufficient. I love that. But from a position of work and running a whole entire country...
You're just like, nah.
No.
You're like, nah.
I don't think a lot of the things that she may practice in her home should be out there publicly.
Okay, wow.
You know?
Let us know in the comments.
Yeah.
If you had a choice between Hilary, Michelle, Kamala, who are you picking?
Out of the female presidency election, this fictitious election. Yeah. Yeah. Out of the female.
Now, go into this prediction thing, like we were saying earlier.
Yeah, there's this gentleman who's saying, like, he predicted every one of the presidencies correct.
Right.
So far. I don't remember what year he said that he's been doing it, and he, like, from there, he's been right. Like.
Now, it's interesting you use this for Kamala. Kamala. He used the word placed in there.
Yeah.
Not voted in there, like, no.
No.
Like, kind of, no, you're placed in there.
It's like he was saying that the world needs they want to see a black president, a black woman president, because they've already had a black male president, so they want to see what that is. And I think that
just to
see what a reaction would be.
Just to see.
Yeah, but it's just like I said, it goes back to, like, from a politics perspective, if they're using these presidents as puppets.
Right.
Right? Because at the end of the day, we already know presidents don't really make the decisions. They're like just the face.
They're like the manager of
America. They're just the face. They're there for optics. You know?
Right.
There's a board. The board votes on these things.
You walk into the American store and you're like, oh, let me speak to the manager. You're like, yeah, it's the president.
Right.
That's really it.
That's it. Like, you know? That's all.
You say I want to speak to CEO. It's like, well, you can't really get that easily, right?
That's the board. So it's like, because the board is like, oh, maybe their whole thing is that if we have a black president, then maybe certain things will be more receptive and more received, being that she is now the face behind it. I get that. That's all marketing.
Okay.
Right? It's like if she was there talking about women concerns and women issues, for example. The best person to talk about women concerns is a woman. Right?
Like the most qualified.
Right? Because it's like, why wouldn't she? But if these same said issues, for example, are abortion laws, and they're circulating around abortion laws, and she's sitting there saying, like, my fellow Americans, we are in a current crisis. We are, our population is currently going down, and we need to make sure that we have as many children as possible. And this is the reason why we are pushing to no longer have abortion. Because we want to make America's population flourish and be like what it once used to be.
As it once used to be. I don't know.
I'm just saying.
Like, I know.
You know, like if they're saying like we want to have families come back together and be full nuclear families.
I mean that the horse left the barn on that one. That's.
But she would be the best person to promote it. Because, again, she's a woman.
Okay.
And who else? And then on top of it, why wouldn't we want a black woman promoting family?
Right.
Like, that would just definitely promote it even more. It's like, oh, let's push for the families. Let's do that. And, of course, and I'm not saying of course, but it just seems to be that anytime a black person goes into a store, for example, everyone else thinks that, if a black person's attracted to this, I too should then be interested in attracted to this.
Oh, okay. Like a cosign.
Yeah.
For some reason, a lot of people use black people as like a cosign.
Yeah, for a lot of things.
Yeah, like
the store can be completely empty. As soon as a black person goes into the store, watch how it gets full.
That is a good experiment to. That is an interesting experiment, actually.
So imagine Kamala now. If that is the power of black people on everyday living advantages in like life,
right?
Her as a president, as soon as she says something, she's basically co-signing something. That's just what it is. So
I'm trying to think of something like the only thing that comes to my head immediately is I know Tommy Hilfiger was like making clothes in general, but it was like when it entered the rap world when Raekwon and Grand Poobah like started wearing it. That's when it like blew up. Yeah. Right. Same thing with LL Cool J when he was in a Gap commercial, but he was wearing FUBU. Someone got fired that day. A lot of people got fired that day because you're not supposed to do that like cross branding. But because of that, people went, "What's this FUBU thing?" And then FUBU was popular for a very long time, right? Still is, depending like.
Yeah. Who it is.
Who it is, yeah. I know in Japan, like if you have any vintage FUBU in your closet, they are buying that. People who like are interested in that type of thing. But not, like the cosign, like.
Yeah, it's like, and it's. It's kind of like low-key black people are, especially in the States, and I'm saying this specifically for the States, it seems like black people, and again, this is a part of the social engineering in the States, where black people are they are the marketers. They push the culture in whatever direction you want it to go in. So because they are used in that capacity to be marketing, and to be responsible for marketing and entertainment, then a lot of that plays on that. So why wouldn't you amp it up if the president is one, black, and then two, a woman?
Right.
So
you get like a 2-in-1.
Right? And on top of it being the fact that a lot of, and again, this is playing on a stereotype right now, but a stereotype that does have statistics behind it.
Okay.
Where a lot of relationships of black homes, and again, we have to say and recognize that this is due to a lot of past that is now social engineered.
Right.
Where a lot of households, black households, is a single mom.
A lot or like a good chunk?
A good chunk, right?
Okay.
So because there's a rise in single mom households, her then being a face also plays and influences that too.
Okay.
And she can influence the fact that marriage now starts to go back up. Right? There may be a whole influence about partnerships, because if that is the one group of people, and I put quotes around it, the one group of people who seem to have a higher rate of single motherhoodness, then having this one black woman as your president advocating for relationships just kind of seems to be like, oh, maybe I might be a little interested in staying with this person.
Makes it look cool.
Right?
I wish it would happen, but I don't think it's going to happen. But I get it. No.
I mean, it's the same as how Obama made people tune into politics more. Especially black people.
When he was, when he was in this run, like...
Yeah.
Yeah. There's definitely an uptick.
People started to, like, really look into politics and actually pay attention. It was about you the whole entire time.
Yeah, it was
But now, your face was there. Someone looked like you in the office.
Right.
So, therefore, that influenced the way that people actually paid attention now.
I think, who was it? It was Young Jeezy. He made My President is Black.
Yeah.
My Lambo was blue.
Yeah.
Songs
and everything like that. Like, come on.
Pictures at the White House. I mean, yeah, it was
But I still would prefer Hilary.
Nah.
Still. And again...
You can't be 0-2 and then come back again and lose again. Like,
I mean...
Sure. Now they said...
30 times the charm.
No. Because because after Biden, like, shut down this year, like, and he said, oh, it's Hillary again, people be like, man... No, I'm telling you, it would have been like a nasty reaction.
But what is the reason why she even lost? Is it because it's Hillary and people's personal projections? Or is it because her policies were actually bad? See, and that's the real question. Because if her policies are actually bad,
it's like you're
then I
both.
understand. So,
like, when it was Obama's time, funny enough, they were going like, it was implied where like, okay, because Hillary's been around so long, like, okay, she has the most experience, but I don't know, what do you call it, the DNC, they saw something in Obama and they were like, let's go Obama. So she lost that thing, and then obviously when Obama beat McCain, we won, and then after, she had her attempt to run again, and the whole like...
It was against Trump.
Against Trump, right? And the whole like the policies were okay, but then there's like a freak out about how she handles emails, and the whole theory, the secret theory I gave you was allegedly, but it's like for dudes that like, I guess marry certain types of women, it reminds them of like how they got screwed over. Yeah, right.
So they feel like she's gonna screw over the country.
Like, that's the teacher that did it. That's my ex-wife. That's the auntie I don't like talking to. That's my grandmother I don't like talking to. So it's just like that played a role too. So then the polls come in. Trump is shook. He's like, "Oh, I won? What?" And everyone's going, "Hillary lost again." So it's like.
See, but then that's so weird because especially when you're looking at somebody who has, and this is where I say
she has experience.
So this is what I mean. She has experience.
Yeah.
She was married to somebody who has experience, and ran the country for 2 offices.
You can make an argument like, yeah,
she actually has her policies versus somebody who was bankrupt on all their business endeavors. What else?
He was on the WWF, WE,
was
TV shows
for like
movie cameos,
that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
was not in politics. Hotels. You know, so like when we're thinking about who has the actual qualification, people really literally chose entertainment over actual ability.
Basically, it's what you just said earlier. Let's see what happens. Let's just vote for this guy.
Like,
and then he wins, and then people went, the 4 years go by, and they're like, nah.
And then you're gonna be upset, like, and then you pick somebody else who now knows the stuff and has ran behind the person prior to.
Right.
But really is too old to function. Like,
that's yo. I think it's say like that, but
like,
right.
Listen, the man was sleeping standing up. Okay, like, there's a problem with that.
I don't know.
There's a problem.
That's allegedly. I don't know.
Alleged. It's on the cameras. It's on the cameras. There is no denying it.
That just threw me off a little bit there.
The man has stumbled how many stairs now? Oh my gosh.
Now, if he refused this year, like Biden, he said, "Nah, I'm not stepping down."
Listen.
He may have lost. He may have lost this year.
He is not stepping down. Does he have a choice in these matters? How many stairs has he stepped down?
Yo, you need to stop this.
Falling, standing, going up.
You need to stop this. You need to behave. We're not gonna do this. No, we're not.
You cannot afford to say that.
Yo, that's...
Gravity has been working against him many times, okay?
Oh, my goodness. Now, that debate, no, if he... See, when that debate happened, too, like... The minute Trump's like, I don't even understand what he said. You guys don't understand what he said. That was a little like... And people were live reacting, going like, yo, what the... Right?
That's what I'm saying. And I'm not saying, like, you know, it's not bad that these people...
So crazy. That was a crazy... I'm saying a crazy time like it was like 5 years ago. It was like, no, that was this year.
But that's what I mean. Like, we have people who are literally sitting there and it's like, I get it. He's good at what he does. He has the competency. Right? That's what we're going to say. He has the competency.
Yeah, okay. We'll go with that. We'll go with that.
But... who is...
Mobility? Mobility?
I was gonna say.
Oh, okay.
I'm like, I don't know who in the country is really picking these people because, like, what are you picking them for? Like, and is it because, like, when you see them and they do their stuff and they do the campaigning and you see them there, you're like, oh my god, he's alive and well. Like,
he's alive and well. Yo, that's crazy. He's alive and well. It's funny.
He finally gets into the chairs, and it's like, that's not how I remember him.
That's so. I mean, some people say he tripled in age somehow.
Yeah, but I feel like that's everybody in presidency. Like, they start aging.
I mean, it's a stressful job. Like, if you're
is.
the manager of America, and you
have to make sure it's good every day. Like, you can't. First off, you have to think to yourself, you're in this position, and anyone at any given point can come in here and assassinate you.
That's like what happened today. Like a second attempt on Trump today.
That's just what it is. Once you are in this
and he's not even in the thing.
Yeah,
that's a crazy.
Like, once you're in a position, like, that is what it is. 2, any place that blows up in your country.
Yeah, you have to respond.
You're responding to it. Like, yeah, you're responsible. So foreign affairs, you have to deal with people who you don't even see. They're not even on your land. You're not even in your quarters. You have no sovereignty over them. It's not a conflict that you could deal with just like that. Like,
it's, yo.
These people don't work for you. Like,
yo, that's...
so right off the bat, you have to deal with a whole other entity that you have no control for. And then on top of it, the military part, you have to also make sure that everybody in your country is fit enough so they can join the military.
That's one. Apparently, there's problems with that, recruitment right now. There's no people that are in shape like that.
That's what I'm saying.
And right now, ever since, Trump stepped into, there's some weird,
Who's really
Civil War kind of like...
Yeah, who's really trying to die for the country like that?
Like, yeah.
And the country's not serving you like that. Like, it's not like you wake up every morning and you're getting breakfast, lunch, and dinner covered. Your housing is affordable. You can go and do as you please. You walk down the street and it's safe. Like, if the country was like that, I could understand. It's like, oh, you want to recruit? I'll fight for you. No problem.
Right.
You take care of me.
Right. But then...
How do you expect recruitment when that is the conversation here? Like,
oh, this is a wild, like... It's not even like we're in September right now, right? This is 2 months away, too.
My thing is, are people having these kind of conversations? That's really my question.
I think people are so, like, bogged down by everything going, like,
yeah.
Like, economy-wise, business-wise.
Right? Like, they're just trying to stay afloat.
You know, there's a lot of recalls happening in America, and they're not really...
With the food control.
See, once again, on TikTok, you can go on TikTok, and people are just saying, hey, this got recalled, this got...
Yeah.
Nothing mainstream I've heard. The only thing major was, like, apparently almond milk is doing too well, because apparently they found the listeria, like some nasty bacteria. They had to recall stuff from the day of to, like, 4 months
prior.
Not even forward.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, because of the production.
Yeah, because of the production, right? Then you hear something about something in I think Pennsylvania, Boars Head, the whole meat factory mush up, mole, people are vomiting. There's been deaths. There's actually hold on.
See, and then that goes back to like
Yo,
all of this. And mind you,
you guys heard about the Boar's Head?
Mind you, here's a joke. Here's a joke. Is this because COVID really showed people how to actually have sanitation practices?
No, but like, I don't like I said, I don't. It may have for some people, but like places like Boarhead, I don't know, man. I don't know.
How do you have? What is
Boars
that?
Head to random ABC article. Boars Head to indefinitely closed plant at the center of deadly listeria. So it just spread out the thing. People are eating it and going like, getting sick. I think there's deaths too. Rest in peace to people who passed away. But yeah, founded in 1905. That's a legacy company gone.
1905, eh? Well, maybe they just have to clean out everything. Obviously, that's gonna cost them money, but
no, it's closed. They're just like, it's closed. Yeah, that's like.
So we're just gonna let the listeria win? Come on now.
That's a sentence. That's a crazy sentence you just said. We're gonna let this listeria win.
With all this technology on how to control different molds and stuff like that, we're just going to let the listeria win?
Wow.
Do we not have controls? Do we not have hazard and sanitation practices? Do we not know how to do... For all the privatization...
Damn, 9 people died, yo.
All the privatization that America has. Up to now.
7 million pounds of meat recalled. That's a crazy number.
7 million?
7 million pounds of meat recalled. That's the whole, like, factory.
Okay, well, I am about 200 and some pounds.
Yo. So how many humans? Hold on.
Is that?
We're gonna do some weird math right now. Hold on. Let's just get to the calculator.
I'm about 180 pounds.
Okay, let's do 180.
You know,
okay.
Like,
this is the weirdest segment.
I'm 5'6", you know.
Okay,
180 pounds.
180 pounds.
They said 7 million.
Actually, Bones is heavy too, so let's do 100 pounds because Bones is actually heavy. 100 pounds.
It can't be 100. You gotta include my bones. So how many people would that be?
If you want to eat bones, okay. If you want to eat bones, that's on you. But just for the sake of this, we're just make it easier. We're gonna include bones as well because some of you like gnawing on stuff. Anyways, 180 pounds as one person, and 7 million they had to recall. So that's about I can't add. Hold on, give me a second. I'm doing double zero math.
It's 7 0 or 7 numbers.
7 numbers. Did I do this correctly? No, I
Do
didn't.
the other way around.
See, this is why I should have paid attention in math class.
Math is very valuable, people.
Very valuable.
Always remember that it's always going to be in your life.
Damn. So it's like they had to recall 38,000 888 humans.
38,000.
Yes.
That's like a good city.
That's a good, that's a good small town
Like a
just
good
gone.
small town gone.
Recalled.
Mm-hmm.
They're all molded up. Withering. Eyes closed. Blackened. Breath smell like death. It's, got the whites on the corner of the mouth.
So, that right there, if that's the case, that would be like
7 million pounds of meat.
That is like basically the start of what is it? Containment? What's the movie?
Oh, which weirdly happened. That was made during COVID or a little before after. No, I think it was before COVID. Contagion. Yes.
Contagion. That is literally like
that was
start
made
of Contagion. Like, you are telling me the listeria is winning?
You should stop saying it like that. It's like you just say, "Yo, what are you saying?"
I'm just saying.
Oh, so Contagion came out 2011.
Oh, but then what? Remade?
No,
what was the one that came out in COVID?
That was I know what you're talking about too. So Contagion, for those watching, that came out to 2011. I think it was a movie called Patient Zero.
Okay.
No, there wasn't a movie called that. I lied. Hold on. Patient Zero.
And then how are they getting rid of all this meat? That's the other part, right? Like how are you moving and getting and discarding moldy meat?
Which, if they don't do it correctly, which I don't think they will.
Right. And then you do have to clean out that entire building. Otherwise, you gotta demolish the place.
I'm pretty sure they're gonna burn down the. I mean, I don't know how they do this. I don't know how they do these things.
See, and this is what I'm saying. They're gonna just throw it away.
Yo.
I'm just saying.
If they don't like handle the meat well. I'm not gonna pause that. If they don't handle the meat well, and an animal gets to it, like a raccoon, and then raccoon bears, it morphs into something else. Yeah, that's.
I don't think we need another movie of like cocaine bear, but it's now called listeria bear. I'm just saying.
Listeria bear. I don't know. You know what? You know what?
I'm just saying. If you've seen Cocaine Bear, you would understand.
Right.
Because Cocaine Bear was very intense. Like, how many people died because this bear was on cocaine? In the movie. The movie, I think at least 7 people died in the movie.
7? Wow, 7 people.
Yeah. In the span of like a week. So, like, that's a body a day. Yeah.
I don't know, man. This
And they need to, like, get rid of that stuff. Because that stuff, mold, like, expands. And it also, like, moves. Especially with air.
Oh, I don't know, my mind was somewhere else. Just like the way you say it expands. It moves with air. You're just like, yo, what? I'm gonna listen to it right now.
So, like, if this whole place shut down, cool. But what's happening after? Who's cleaning it?
These are smart questions to ask.
Like, and this is where I ask, do people have these conversations?
That's like up here where they, like, we have a meat factory up here and the same thing happens. And it's just like, okay, how do you
clean it? How do you contain it? How do you...
Right? Like,
how do we make sure this is not passing somewhere else? Did we not go through this with COVID?
What have you learned
from it?
From Vid?
I feel like we've did we not include certain practices? Like, I understand you may have reverted back.
A lot of people just said, "Oh, it's over. Okay, I don't have to wash my hands
right?
Yet."
Like,
we tell you guys all the time at the end.
Wash your hands.
Wash your hands for a reason. Like, it's not really. It's a good catchphrase, but it's really like a life lesson.
Like we've learned so much.
Please wash your hands, man.
Do we not have enough like people who are out here? But anyways, that's a lot of meat.
That's a lot of meat to dispose of. Yeah. That's
And I feel bad for this factory, especially since it's been going on and existing for so long. And it just, and I mean, like, how? Of all the years, this outbreak.
Like I said, like, what sparked this? It's like I gotta give breadcrumbs to myself before I forget what to talk about, but it's the whole, like, like, there's a lot of recalls happening this year in general, and it's just like when I heard that story in particular, I was like, what? Like, huh?
Well,
What?
I hope everybody who was responsible, or like who just was employed.
They are in the wind. Talk about mold in the wind. They are in the wind. Good luck getting those people.
I was gonna say, like, for all those people who had been employed there, I hope that they were able to find new employment, because that's another thing. If they just shut down and now they've been terminated. Their jobs have been terminated. It's like that's a whole lot of people who now are no longer working, that now have to find a job.
And this, I don't know. They don't want to say the word, but it is a recession. It's been a recession for 2 years now. I don't care what, like, the market says. People are holding on to their money.
Very, very tight. Yes.
It's up, yo.
Yes. And I'm just saying, like, and there's different things where people are trying to find money in different ways as much as possible.
Like I said, with the builders in general, like, it's the builders, like, that make like condos, townhouses, and everything. Mm-hmm. Like, it's tight. They're just like, yo, if I'm not making like 100% more profit, I'm not even budging.
Which is wild. And I feel like you can play a long game with that. Because it's housing.
They want it now.
Like,
quarters. It's all about quarters now.
You could make a whole condo for just, like, this is a joke. Especially. And, like, whoever takes this idea, please, by all means, just give me 10%, okay? Like, 10%. That's all I ask, okay?
Give me 2%.
You say 32?
No, 2%.
I just want 10%. Where it's like, they have been they're saying that Canada is moving towards being more of a professional landscape, where a lot of people are not eating or not making their food at home like they would traditionally do.
Okay.
Right? And if you've noticed, some condos actually don't have a full kitchen. So they don't have a stove, they don't have a thing. They have more of the electronics, so like a toaster oven, your air fryers, all these things that are available. If you made a whole condo just for professionals, I think you would do a very good job. Because they could afford it. They could afford it. And you will go very far with that. Why the sudden shock? The jaw has dropped, and I don't know why. You need to bring it back.
No, like, is this... I was trying to find... Oh, okay. I mean, this clickbaited me.
Yeah, see? I'm telling you. You have to read things. You have to read things, man.
No, but... Because this
clickbait is real.
Because the title is called The 5 Largest Food Recalls in History, but what made my jaw drop, was like, Hallmark, Westland, they went bankrupt. Same thing like Boarhead. Following an investigation into animal cruelty that led to a massive recall of more than 143 million pounds of beef. That's crazy.
So basically double?
No, that's like times... What we just said, 7 for Boar's Head?
Oh, it was 7. Oh, no, that's like...
That's a lot.
We're looking at least 15 times? Yes?
About there, yeah.
15, 16?
That's a lot.
Yeah, about 16 times.
That is crazy, man.
Yeah. That is intense. But they're still around, though.
No, they're not. They're bankrupt. Okay. Now, when you get a mistake like that, you're that's it. There's no part 2.
Got you. Or maybe they changed management.
No, they're out of here still.
But I mean, if you've been running your company for so long, you can't say...
Doesn't matter, Z. They're out of here.
Yeah, okay, the company itself may no longer be considered a trustworthy one. But that's also like, that then at that point becomes like, that's quality control. Like, somebody on the clock was not, or several people on the clock, were not actually like managing their affairs properly. Because it is true. Like, whoever's on the floor who's watching it wasn't doing their job. Whoever is the supervisor of that person was not seeing and checking up and following up with them. And then whoever on top of that person to get their quarterlies and whatever the case is they themselves too. It trickles down or trickles up.
Yeah.
Right? So it's like if each person...
But they don't get paid enough. So they don't care.
I did not set up their pay.
And there's not enough like regulation, so...
That too.
That part.
But the joke is everything's FDA approved, no?
That sounds hot on paper, but that's not really what happens. It sounds good when you say it out loud, but it's not like that.
I mean, I don't know much about the States. I don't live there, so...
I know, like, a little
each state is very different, too, so...
Like I said, FDA approved sounds nice, but... That's all it is. It just sounds nice. That's it. Yeah.
Is it being lived to be nice in person?
Yes.
Sucks very much.
We didn't even do an introduction because
because we already think you guys know who we are. So
at this point, yeah, there's just.
But in a world where listeria is winning.
In a world where listeria is winning.
And shutting down companies of over 100 years?
Shutting down companies. Wow. This is the vent. I'm one of your hosts, Del Najero.
Yes, and I'm the nerds.
You get James here in spirit.
Yes.
If you have any questions, concerns, or complaints, send it to askthevent@gmail.com. That's ASKTHEVENT@gmail.com. If you type in gmail.com, I don't know who that is, but we're on all social media platforms. Just type in Theventpod on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, Acast, Spotify, iTunes. You know.
And we're the ones where with the picture actually says the vent.
Yeah, make sure.
Yeah, that you check.
Oh, this is another language. But that's a whole other.
It has to be black and white.
Yeah, you have to see. It's black and white. This is a color one. But you have to actually see, like, the specific V connected to the E. If you don't see that, then it's not us.
Yeah.
And we didn't say that message. If just want to thank you guys for listening. Plugs.
Oh, you can definitely find me on Instagram at TheNerdZ, TheNerdZ, and you can also find my photography page at ZZ.studio, TOZZ.STUDIOTO.
I'm Del, what?
Del.
What? Okay.
We know it starts with a D.
Del Najero, DELNIJIRO. When I put on chapstick, everyone puts on chapstick. No, I'm not Eritrean, but shout out to y'all. No, I'm not Ethiopian, but shout out to y'all. No, I'm not half Somalian either, but shout out to y'all. Yeah, IG, Twitter. That's really it. Yeah. Be aware of my upcoming projects as well. I'm gonna do some interesting stuff. Might see me even do interviews. You know, or continue to do interviews because but in a different style. You know, so be on the lookout for that. You can follow James on J Hunterville on I think on his IG.
Yeah. And then Blue Pistols on Twitch. Twitch TV, aka Justin TV. A lot of people don't know that. It used to be Justin TV, and then it turned into Twitch afterwards. But make sure to follow him. That's LUPISTOLS. I think I did that right. Yeah, he'll be on Twitch, playing games and stuff. You know, entertaining. Other than that, that's it. Yeah. For now. This is the vent. And we're out. Peace. And remember,